Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today. Without further ado, I wanted to hand it over to Daxko's President and CEO, Dave Gray. Dave?
Thanks. Welcome, and thank you, everybody, for joining. We really appreciate you taking the time to do so, and we look forward to sharing some exciting information with you today. A big part of today's webcast is to impart that we've made major enhancements to our products and services and have much more planned in the near future. As a valued partner, we wanted to ensure you're in the know and have a forum to ask questions and provide feedback. Admittedly, we're not always great at proactively communicating what's coming, so this and future similar interactions are intended to increase that visibility. In fact, this is the first in a series of quarterly webinars we'll hold for leaders like you to get the information you need about what's happening at Daxko, as well as to provide direct feedback to us. So let's get started. First of all, we view our relationship with you as a partnership, and we believe you want and need a partner that knows your business, will be around for the long term, and is able to reinvest in the solutions you need to meet the needs of your constituents and stay a step ahead of your competition. Daxko is proud to have served YMCA since 2001, and we now have 66% of the movement using Daxko operations, and many of those also taking advantage of our other solutions like Daxko Accounting, Daxko Engage, Daxko Mobile, Raptor, and Reciprocity. You also want and need a partner that is financially stable, can weather storms, and be there to serve you for the long term. On that front, we're blessed to have experienced double-digit growth for 13 straight years, and we've maintained sustained profitability since 2004. This means we're able to invest significantly back into our solutions. Nobody in the market spends more on R&D, compliance, and hosting than us. In fact, it's not even close. We also have nearly 200 team members, the majority of which are focused exclusively on serving YMCAs every day, whether that's designing, building, and testing our software platforms, or implementing, training, and supporting our customers. They walk through the door every day thinking of you. Again, this is far and away more people than any other company serving the YMCA movement. As we uncover needs through our ongoing interactions with customers, we balance our resources between investing back into our core flagship products and partnering with best-of-breed providers to fill any gaps more efficiently than we could on our own. In just a few minutes, Matt Cowell, our Senior VP of Software Products, will be covering what's already been delivered to you this year, as well as a sneak peek at the big things to come. Also, we view ourselves as not just partners with our individual customers, but also the Y movement as a whole. And this dedication to the YMCA has only gotten stronger since 2001. This year alone, from among Daxko team members, we'll have 76 attendees at 16 different YMCA conferences across the country, from NATO to General Assembly to AYP regional gatherings. Daxko will invest approximately $250,000 to sponsor and participate in these events with you. This investment in the movement allows great content and reasonable registration fees for you and your teams. Sticking with the theme of supporting the Y movement as a whole, this year we partnered with YUSA on constituency reporting needs. For those of you who signed the agreement, YUSA is now able to access data for that report automatically from Daxko operations. Also, in order to make reciprocal memberships easier, we offer Daxko Reciprocity at no cost. 491 YMCAs are already taking advantage of this free tool, with more signing up all the time. This capability was developed in close collaboration with several of our customers. And of course, as I'm sure you'd expect, many of our team members are active members of the Y. But on top of that, many also serve as volunteers and board members of the local Ys. As an example, for me personally, I now serve on the Birmingham YMCA Metro Board of Directors, and I've been a board member the past couple of years for the YMCA Blue Ridge Assembly, which, as many of you know, is located in North Carolina and focused on youth development. In fact, Daxko made a significant lead contribution to the Blue Ridge Assembly's ongoing capital campaign. This level of involvement is something we're proud of, and we are continuously inspired by the work of Ys across the country. I hope this gives you a sense of Daxko's continued commitment to the YMCA movement. Okay, so now let's transition back to our software and services. In addition to hearing from Matt Cowell on this call about our software products, you'll also hear from Molly Harrison, our Senior VP of Services. She's made some big improvements on our services team to best support you and your staff in your daily needs, all under the mantra of delivering exceptional experiences to our customers. Many of these changes are brand new, and we're confident you will start to feel the positive impact very soon. Before I turn it over to Matt and Molly, please know that we want to hear from you. We'll have time for Q&A at the end of this call, and we'll also send a survey immediately following the webcast. We want to know what you want to hear from us. We want to know what sparked your interest from what we shared today, so we know areas to do follow-up communications and more detailed webcasts in the future. And we want to know what we didn't cover and what you're interested in learning about. So please share your feedback. With that, I'll turn it over to Matt to tell you how we're investing in our software and technology solutions across the board. Matt?
All right, thanks, Dave. I'm really excited to share what we're doing on the product side with all of you. We have a lot of great things going on, and just can't wait to get some of them out into your hands and get some feedback. So I wanted to start a little bit from a focus perspective and just give you a sense of why we do what we do and really where we're headed. As you know, we've been working with YMCAs for a long time, and really in the beginning of our relationship with YMCAs, we were heavily focused on operational efficiency, which is really helping you, our customers, run healthy organizations. We certainly continue to focus on that today, but have shifted over time into things that we believe really help you actually deliver on your mission, things like engagement, things like really refining that digital member experience and how they interact with you digitally. And so we've shifted our focus. We still work on operational efficiency heavily, and I'll give some examples of that today, but we're working on a number of priorities as well. So if you look at our 2016 priorities, we have a lot of great things going on, and in the order, in priority order, wanted to talk about the themes for the year. The first one is the digital member experience. And so this is the way that your members interact with you digitally, whether that's on a mobile device or online. The second is reporting and analytics, and I'll go through each of these in a little bit more detail in a second. The third is engagement and how you really engage your members and drive higher retention. And then the last one is operational efficiency. So I'm going to go through each of those in a little bit more detail. First is the digital member experience. Our intent in this area is to deliver to your members a personalized, well-crafted member experience. We don't want it to be something that's just transactional. We want it to be something that's engaging. And that's kind of the vision of where we're headed over time. Specifically, the things we're working on in 2016, we have a lot of great things going on in this area as our number one priority. Number one, many of you are customers of our mobile app, the member-facing mobile application. We completely rewrote that mobile application in the latter part of last year and early this year from the ground up. We have a number of customers using that already. The design is much, much improved, and we've gotten great feedback, and there's a lot of momentum of customers now launching the new version of that mobile app. In addition to that, we've completely integrated that mobile app with Daxko operations, and we're providing now an integrated, seamless experience for programs and soon to be childcare. So when you enter a program into Daxko operations, it flows seamlessly into the mobile app, and your members can now browse for those programs in an integrated way on the mobile device, and there's no double entry for you in the back office, which is a great experience both for your staff, but certainly also for members. Last but not least, we're converting our entire online member experience. So when you go online, you browse programs, or when your members browse programs, or they register for programs, childcare, all of those things that they do online, your members expect that to be responsive and to be well formatted and a nice experience on a mobile device. Of course, over 50% of people are going to those pages from a mobile device. And so we need that to be a completely responsive experience on that mobile device, and have made a lot of progress already. I think it's tomorrow we're releasing we're redoing online templates, which is actually how you integrate our online experience into your website. We're releasing completely mobile responsive online templates, and then we'll start releasing program registrations later in the year in childcare. So that's not where we're stopping with that. We then will actually integrate that responsive registration experience for programs into the mobile app, to where once your members have that mobile app, they will have a completely seamless registration experience for programs across mobile, online, and really all the ways that they interact with you digitally. So I couldn't be more excited about this. I think this is going to be really huge for you and your members. We've heard great feedback on the designs and progress we've made today, and I just saw it the other day in a development environment, and it looks awesome. So that is our #1 priority and is a big one that we're excited about. Shifting gears a little bit into our second priority, which is reporting and analytics. Again, speaking about the intent here, this is more than just data. We currently deliver data. We deliver a lot of reporting. But what this is about is delivering insights and intelligence. Data is not of that much value if you don't do something with it. And so it's really all about the insights. And there's no provider that is in a more unique position to give you those insights than we are. We have 15 years of data across 500 plus YMCA organizations at our fingertips. And so we're really starting to deliver insights to you and not just data. 3 areas that I want to talk about that we're actively working on right now. #1 is the ability to unlock access to your Daxko operations data in the cloud. As all of you know, we're a software as a service provider. What that means is we take a lot of things and manage it for you: security, compliance, infrastructure, all those things that keep the system going. You don't have to worry about those things. One of the cons that comes with systems like that oftentimes is access to your data. All software as a service providers struggle with this. So we actually, as of the end of Q3, will no longer be in that boat. We will be giving you direct access to your data in the cloud via a technology called Amazon Redshift. So it'd be in a data mart, it will be your data, and you will be able to directly access that data. It could be as fresh as 15 minutes old. So we think this will be tremendously powerful in terms of the flexibility that you have. Some of you have grant data, things that you have from other systems that you want to hit up against that Daxko operations data and cannot do that today easily. We're going to change that as of Q3 of this year, and we've gotten great feedback from many of you on that. The second thing is predictive analytics. I mentioned earlier that we have more data than anyone else that serves the Y movement. We're taking that data and putting it to work. Most of you know that we delivered a couple years ago, we've been doing this for years now, we delivered what we call an engagement index, which is a predictive analytic that tells of your members those people that are most likely to terminate their membership in the next 90 days. You can see that index and engage, and many of you use that every day. We're now piloting a donor index as well. In that index, we're predicting the people most likely to donate to your organization within the next 6 months. We've seen very good results from a predictive standpoint in both of these indices. Last but not least, we're piloting something we're calling the Positive Difference Index, which is really, in essence, a measurement of impact. So many of you have a hard time assessing what impact you're having on the community in something that's quantitative. So we are now partnering with a number of organizations to pilot a program where we ask a question of your members: to what degree have you made a difference? To what degree has the YMCA made a positive difference on your life? And we're currently going through an analysis of those answers to come up with an index that helps you determine that and trend that over time. Some really exciting stuff on that side. Last but not least, with this reporting, with this data mart platform where you're going to have direct access to your data, what we've done to build that is we've completely revamped the platform for reporting. It's really in the data. We've completely revamped the structure of our data for reporting. The next step is to choose a new tool and to completely overhaul our reporting capabilities for you. That's likely going to be something that's in the first half of next year. We're currently assessing and selecting a next generation best of breed reporting tool that will come to you and just included as part of your regular Daxko operations feeds. We think this is going to take what we already have as a robust reporting platform and just really improve it and make it even better and more powerful and more visually appealing. So that's coming. We have the underlying platform completed now. We're going through the tool selection, and we'll be rolling that out early next year. So a lot going on that side that's very exciting as well. Shifting gears to engagement. Our intent with engagement is we want to be a hub of connectivity between you, your members, and your community overall. We believe there are 3 focal areas within engagement that are critical in order to do that. One, we think in-person conversations, and we don't just think this, there's a ton of research that shows that in-person conversations, meaningful conversations, not about their favorite pizza, but about their goals, We believe those are the most important driver of member engagement and ultimately retention. And so we think that's a key first point. The second one is reaching out to those members that aren't necessarily in the facility at any given moment. You can do that through segmentation, workflow, and also tasks assigned to staff members and holding them accountable to do that. It's about way more than just emailing those people. It's about making sure that your staff members and your communications are delivered to members at the right time. Lastly, it's about scaling your efforts through member lifecycle initiatives to connect and engage members throughout their life cycle. Could be a new member, that 30, 60, 90 plan. It could be that member that you think is at a high risk of terminating. It could be the terminated member that you're trying to recover. So we think those are the three areas of focus from an engagement perspective. To that end, our priorities on the development side this year, number one is about communication. We're completely overhauling in the third quarter our email capabilities in Engage. We've selected a best-of-breed email tool that we believe is a marketing level, CMO type of level email tool, and is going to greatly enhance our marketing capabilities and communication capabilities through Engage. As I mentioned, that'll roll out in Q3 and will be in your hands if you're an Engage customer. The second is the ability to bring in external lists into Engage. We think this is greatly going to increase the power and flexibility of Engage. And lastly, something that's a little further out on the horizon is later this year or early next year, we're going to turn our attention and engage to the sales and prospecting side of engagement. Some of you use other systems for your sales staff, your membership sales staff, or your new member sign-up staff, and we're going to be putting tools in their hands to make that a much more efficient and effective process. Last but always not least is operational efficiency. Our intent here is simple. We want to help you be a more efficient and healthy organization. So there are three focal areas that we're investing in right now. One, in Q3, we're going to be rolling out an integrated partner for facility access. I've scanned through the list of attendees here, and I know a lot of you have facility access needs. You may have a parking garage that requires gate access. You may have an external entry to the building. You may have internal areas in the facility that you control by membership type. These are the types of things that you need a system to help you with. We've partnered with one of the best providers out there and have integrated that in with Daxko Operations, and we'll be rolling that out in Q3. The second thing, as many of you know, we've just recently migrated our data centers to a completely new infrastructure with a new provider. We've taken, in some cases that were jobs that ran overnight, that ran for hours, we've taken those down to minutes. We've seen reports that are large reports across all branches and all membership types that were struggling a little bit from a performance standpoint. We're seeing those things return back in a fraction of the time now. And so we've seen very good results performance, and we'll continue to monitor and invest in that area. Lastly, we're investing in really opening up Daxko Operations. We talked about access to your data earlier. We also continue to invest in the API. And what this means is we're hoping to build, or we intend to build, a partner ecosystem around Daxko Operations. We already have examples of this today. PlayerSpace is a youth sports provider. They are currently an integrated solution. The facility access partner that we're rolling out in Q3 is another example of that. We will continue to invest in this area and bring those types of partners to you. In many cases, there are going to be situations where we can't be the best at every single aspect of what you do. We intend to be the best at a number of them, but there are going to be things that others may be actually better at, little niche solutions. Well, we want to provide an integrated experience for those types of niche solutions. All right, that's it for me from a product perspective. I'm going to turn it over to Molly, and Molly's going to tell you about some of the exciting things happening within our services team. Molly?
Thanks, Matt. I've already had the pleasure of talking to many of you, but for those of you that I haven't met, I'm Molly Harrison. I joined Daxko last October as the Senior Vice President of Services. My approach upon arriving was to ask lots of questions and to really listen to understand your needs and many of our other customers' needs. And I wanted to assess how well we were meeting those needs. I wanted to know how well were we doing and how we could serve you better, from implementation to onboarding, as well as ongoing training and support. To that end, we've realigned our services team by expertise to better serve you. We have newly established teams with invested team leaders who were promoted from within. We've given team members a career path within services so that you can reap rewards from their long-term expertise. We are also investing in new roles that will drive innovation around training and education services. And we started a new relationship management program that some of you may even be part of as pilots on how we can better serve your needs with one contact across your entire Daxko portfolio of solutions. This role was designed to improve overall customer satisfaction, increase better two-way communication, and drive customer advocacy. In addition to changes in our team structure, we're also evaluating our customer-facing tools such as the community. We want to find better ways to gather your feedback and, most importantly, communicate with you better. We are reviewing best-of-breed tools that allow for customer collaboration around best practices and product management, collaboration with product management on product enhancement ideas. We have an exciting future plan for the customer success team, and hopefully you're already seeing some benefits of those changes we've made. We look forward to serving and continuing to serve you in the future. Now I'm going to turn it back to Dave.
Thanks, Molly. As you can see, we have a lot of exciting things happening across both our products and our services teams. And in addition to all the product enhancements that Matt mentioned, I'm excited to announce that Daxko is launching a new integrated payment processing solution called Daxko Payment Services. Daxko Payment Services will offer seamless integration into Daxko operations, proactive account updater service, EMV compliant terminals and enhanced overall security, reduced manual processing in the back office of credit card cancellations and declines, next day funding, far better visibility at the transaction level, and superior service from a single organization, namely us, Daxko. Rather than your staff not knowing whether they need to call us, PayPal, their ISO, or back-end processors to get issues addressed, it'll be a one-stop shop with Daxko. We've been working closely with a handful of customers as we develop this offering, and the feedback has been fantastic so far. You'll be hearing much more about Daxko Payment Services in the coming days. In fact, you're hearing about it before our broad announcement to the market tomorrow. We've covered a lot in a relatively short period of time, and we hope hearing this information at a high level has been helpful. But as a shameless plug, there's no better way to dig into the details than to attend REACH, our annual customer conference on September 6th through 8th in Birmingham. We have tons of great content lined up. It provides a can't-miss educational opportunity, fantastic way to network and share ideas with your peers from across the movement, and a once-a-year opportunity to interact with the entire Daxko team all at one time in one place. If you can't make it personally, I strongly encourage you to send your core staff on your behalf. There's still time to register at Daxko.com. So in the interest of time, that's all we have for you today.
Yes, thanks Dave and Matt and Molly for all of the great information that you shared with our customers.